All right. Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to stream. That's hilarious to think that this is clickbait. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Ugh. That's hilarious. Now, unfortunately for all of you, they did in fact pick the one streamer who is completely and absolutely willing to teach this lesson. How are y'all doing today? What was your weeks like? How have you been? Ugh, you guys have gotten me 4 weeks in a row. You're literally so freaking lucky, bro. You're literally so welcome. Came for the stream. Why are we learning this? Because it's a part of the body and everybody should draw it. Drawing right now, clothing on men is hard right now. Clothing is the same on everybody. I don't know if you knew that. Awesome and cool. Awesome and cool and epic. I'm glad to see. Glad to see. I'm your favorite? I'm sorry. No, I appreciate it though. Pretty sweet. As the stream title says, today we are going to be learning how to draw boobs and butts to kind of put the, to really put it in a layman's terms for everyone. But that is what we are going to be focusing on today, because that is, that kind of topic that it's like, people are like, oh, this is, why are you teaching this? Because it's part of the body, realistically. Thank you. It's part of the body, and everybody should learn how to draw it regardless, right? Because, by avoiding certain parts of the body, you'll never master it. So let's talk about this one, because, I think it's really fun to draw. If you don't know too much about me, if you're new here, hi, my name's Jesse. I'm one of the instructors here at Wing Canvas. I specialize in comics and creatures and character designs. If you don't know too much about the studio, we here are a school of illustration and visual storytelling dedicated to helping art nerds turn their passion into income. So, check out the stuff that we got. I'm trying to remember which one I have to click. It's this one. Check out the stuff that we got around. Check out the website, check out the Discord, check out everything that we offer. Before we get into the actual lesson for today, we have submissions! We've got art submissions going on if you don't know much about the submissions. If you join the Discord, we have monthly challenges that you guys can participate in. You can submit to the Discord and we will pick out about 3 different pieces that we like every week. Or every stream, and we will showcase off a few of them. This first one is by Bumble Buddy. This month is Anatomy in Action, so we're seeing your fun action poses and anatomical drawings. Cool and epic. I love the movement in this one. It was like I saw this, especially that bottom right pose. Woof, that's nice. Like that's a really nice arc of the body as they're like pushing off of that one hand. Really, really cool. There's really good movement in that left one too, but that bottom right one, really, I saw that and I was like, gotta feature this one. Really clean line work, really nice, fluid lines. Excellent work. Thank you so much for submitting. Next one that we've got is by Hadassah Hess in the Discord. Again, just a really solid grouping of different poses. Some of them a little more action-y than others, some a little more dynamic than others, but we love a good page of poses. I love the clothing as well. It really adds to the drama of each one. Excellent work. Thank you so much for submitting. Last but not least, we have Sacred Ego. The Sacred Ego, nice and simple by comparison to the other two, but this one also has really, really nice movement. It's a nice kind of example of, like, even though, like, the lines aren't as messy or not as, like, gestural as the other two, you can still have really nice movement with clean line work. So thank you to the 3 of you submitting, and thank you to everybody who submits on the Discord, again, for a chance to be featured on each stream that comes by. Be sure to join in, come talk with us, come say hi, meet other art nerds, and hang out with the community. Okay. Okay. Now, here's the meme, is that how am I doing? I'm doing alright. The meme is that, like, I'm very used to drawing, like, every part of the body, no matter what. I've never actually taught this, like, I've never specifically taught the chest and the butt, so you guys get to see this lesson, me teach this for the very first time. But yeah, if you've never been here before, I really like teaching in a way where I write notes for everybody, so another incentive for you guys to join the Discord afterwards is you can download these once I'm done writing them and once stream is over. So everybody say thank you to Kevin. Yes, it'll be available as a VOD. But yeah, if you want to, you know, join the Discord, you are the trial dummies, you are the guinea pigs. But if you join the Discord, you'll be able to download a JPEG of these notes after the fact, and you can take them and keep them. I was trying to be clever with, like, how I write the title, but no, there's literally no other way to get around it, so... It's perfectly in time for Valentine's Day. Y'all are here for my... This is awesome. My first boobs and butts notes. Pretty sweet. Spicy topic. No, I'm gonna make this the most clinical thing you've ever seen in your life. Okay, so as with all parts of the bodies, their forms begin with the muscle structure and alter with fat deposits. So if we took our bodies and we didn't have any fat deposits, we didn't have any of that, and we vacuum sealed ourselves, everybody would look exactly the same. Okay? If we take kind of like our base forms, everybody's muscles are pretty much the same, right? We all pretty much have the exact same kind of muscle structure. There's really no difference between us in terms of muscles. There is nothing at all, right? It's like our bones. It's like if you stripped away all our meat, all our bones are pretty much the same as well, right? There is some more specific stuff that can go on, but realistically, us as artists, we're not really looking at the genetic gene, whatever. We're looking more at just the visual look of each part of the body. So again, with muscle structure, we are not that different. Everybody kind of looks the same. So the way that this alters is with fat deposits, right? Our fat deposits and like our strength level, I suppose. If we're a little bit weaker, our muscles are a little bit smaller, but they're in the same spot, right? Our fat deposits are really what change us and what make us really, really different looking from person to person to person, right? And everybody should have fat deposits, okay? Everybody should have some level of fat content in your body. That's really important for health. So if you ever think that you're fat, you should at least be a little bit. Everybody should have at least some content of fat in their body. If you don't have any fat content, that's really not good for you. So what we should do is that when we are talking about this, let's split up the two topics into two different sections. We'll start with the chest, and then we'll get down to the pelvis. So we'll start with the muscle structure of the chest to begin with. Sure that males have typically wider rib cages. It's that, like assigned male at birth people, they tend to have a wider upper frame overall, and then assigned female at birth tend to have a wider lower frame. It's just based on, like, what our, like, reproductive traits are. Fat deposits keep you warm and protect your joints. Wow, Evie in the chat! Hi, welcome in. So let's start with the chest. We're gonna start with observing... Oh no, did I cut it off? Oh, did I cut off both of my refs? Oh no, I didn't cut off that one. Okay, let's just grab this again. I still have it open on the side here. That's so funny. So true, Evie. Let's start with the chest. Now, we have, like, the serratus and the pectoralis minor. We don't really need to focus on those. The thing that we are focusing on with the chest to begin with is we are going to be focusing on the pectoralis major. Now, the pectoralis major, that is your big chest muscle. Everybody has them. Okay, we've all got pectoralis major. If we did not have any of the pectorali, if we didn't have these bad boys, your arms, they wouldn't move. The pectoralis, it controls your arms' forwards movement. If your arms can move forwards, you have a pectoralis. You got chest muscles, okay? Everybody has a pectoralis. This is just what we start off with as a base, right? Yeah, Evie gets mod secrets. Yeah, your arms would not be able to push at all. You would not be able to move your arms forward at all if you did not have a pectoralis major. Everybody's got them. Pectoralis major controls movement and rotation. You won't believe it, but I got 2 pectoralis major. What? Why did Mom let you have 2 pectoralis majors? Okay, so the pectoralis major. We finally found a topic Jesse doesn't already have 10 stages notes on. True. You got 20. The pectoralis major is putting your nightmares. You're weakening yourself if you're not learning how to draw this. The pectoralis major controls the forwards arm movement and arms rotation. Alright? The form for any chest that you draw, doesn't matter who, the form of the pectoralis major is the basis for the forms of the chest. Alright? I'm gonna name my twins Pector and Alice. Pector Alice is the name of a D&D character. That's Pector Alice. Pector Alice. That's a barbarian. That's a Path of the Wild Heart barbarian. That's so good. Y'all distracting me. Shut up. The form is the basis for the forms of the chest. Alright? If we were to draw a chest, if I was just to take this reference real quick, and if I was just to draw the skin on top of this, right, as if there isn't really that much fat content going on, right? This is just the basis for, like, a chest, right? It's the basis for your average kind of, like, chest, right? Masculine, feminine, does not matter. We've all kind of got the same chest. Even if I didn't even, like, accentuate that, like, that's what we got, right? This kind of form here is a little bit there. Like the opening for the abdomen muscle, right? Like that's what we got, right? This is the basis for your really basic chest, right? The pectoralis major, doesn't matter what you identify as, what you were born as, right? The form is the basis for the forms of the chest, all right? Mr. Pistachio. Hello. In order to change the shape of your chest, most of the time, what we got is, again, like I mentioned before, is a difference in fat deposit. Okay? That's all that a chest is. That's all the chest we got is. Alright? The fat deposit that we have on top of our chest is what makes each person's chest look a little different. Right? Doesn't matter what. Doesn't matter who you are. We all look a little different. Okay? Fat grows directly on top of muscle. If you are ever trying to draw a plus-size person, if you're ever trying to draw somebody who has more fat, more of a fat content within their body, fat always grows on top of muscle. If you have areas on the body, because there are spots on the body where fat does not grow, or where muscle does not touch, right? The crease between your abdomen muscles to your thighs, that's the... Oh my god. No, I don't remember the name. No, I don't remember the name. Okay, well, whatever. There's a spot, like, kind of directly on your pelvis. It sort of cuts. You can feel it. It's, like, right below your stomach. There's, like, a cutting section that, it's between your external obliques on either side of your hips and then your gluteus minimus on either side of your body. That is, like, a bone that cuts in there. You'll notice it's, like, you can kind of touch directly on top of that bone, right? There is no muscle there. Very similar to your sternum. That's the spot right between both of your pectoralis major. You can see it on this diagram right here. And then also your clavicle. Those are areas where muscle does not actually rest. So you'll notice that areas like those, fat does not grow on top of. And that's because fat grows directly on top of muscle by comparison. So if you're ever trying to draw a plus-size person, if you want to draw them, there are specific spots on the body where, like, muscle and fat will cut between. Okay? And it's the same thing. No, it's not called the pelvic plate. There's, like, an actual scientific name for it. I can't remember. Adventurous man, yeah. No, not the iliac crest, but you're close. It's because you can... The iliac crest, it's technically has... It is... Iliac crest leads into it, though. It's, like, on the front. Regardless. If you're ever drawing somebody who has a little more fat content, it's always going to be on top of these muscular spots. Okay? You'll never have it on top of areas that are just bone because fat does not grow on top of bone. The fat of a feminine chest, however, if you are trying to distinguish between somebody who has a more feminine chest versus somebody who has a more masculine, the fat of a feminine chest will sag, right? It's gonna be a little bit larger, it's gonna fall a little bit more most of the time, right? And the reason why they are heavier and why they droop more is because of the mammary gland. The name mammal stems from the term mammary gland. The mammary gland is the thing that produces milk, right? The iliac crest is the top curve of your pelvis. But our mammary glands, the things that produce milk, is what makes our chests larger. It's what makes breasts, right? A masculine chest has underdeveloped mammary glands, so they do not sag quite as much. But if you have somebody who has a larger chest, the reason why they're a little bit heavier, why they're a little bit larger, is because of the mammary gland. And that is where the term mammal stems from. It is from mammary gland, because us as a species, as mammals, we are the only classification, mammals are, as a whole, are the only classification of animal that produces milk. Okay? So good to know about that. That's a fun fact for you, scientific. Otherwise, most chest fat droops a smidge or just rests on top. Okay? If the person does not have those developed mammary glands, if we've got those underdeveloped mammary glands, then all that we've got is just fat that rests directly on top of that muscle. And it won't really change shape outside of the shape of the pectoralis major. Okay? So if I was to draw that off to the side, really quickly... You're all good, Tiaf. Yes, there will be a VOD. I'm just gonna use my pencil because I'm better with a pencil. Let's start with the masculine one because the masculine one is a little bit easier. For me, anyway. It's like, let's say that we're starting with... What's the general... Let me start with... this, actually. It's these gray. Look at the general bone shape, structure here. Freaking whatever. You did miss me laughing at pectorinalis, yeah. I'm gonna tell that to one of my friends who always picks, like, funny pun names. You'll get a kick out of that. Right, we have the pectoralis form here. That goes into this. If we have somebody who has, like, let's say we have, like, a person, again, no mammary glands. I'm gonna copy this over 3 times... just to kind of give an idea of 3 separate ones. let's make it 4. Let's do a 4th one, why not? This shouldn't take too long. I'm starting with the chest because the chest is a little easier to teach, personally, I find. Just based on explanations and whatnot. I know the upper body muscles better than the lower body ones. Right, but let's say that we have this first person. It's like they kind of just have like a very basic sort of like chest shape, right? There's not a lot of muscle to go off of, right? Somebody a little bit thinner, perhaps. Somebody with a little bit less. Well, not thinner, but somebody who's like, maybe they're just fit. They don't really have like anything intense like that. You can almost vacuum seal it a little bit. It's like, it's sort of just, you can see the general shape as it goes along here. It sort of just follows that pectoralis shape, right? It sort of just follows that like sideways, sort of like teardrop shape that goes in here. Because this is the pectoralis, and then it goes into the deltoid right here. So technically the delt is right here. The pectoralis does this magic, right? The deltoid is our shoulder muscle, so you can almost vacuum seal it when we're working with that, right? Let's say we've got somebody who is masculine, but they have a larger chest. I should have made these diagrams smaller. I'm going to do that right now to the rest of them, just so that I have more room to work on each one. Yeah, let's say we've got somebody without mammary glands. Who, like, is a little more muscular, is a little bit more fit, right? As I mentioned, the pectoralis, this... Did I draw? Okay. Oh, I was just hoping this wasn't directly on here. The pectoralis, right? If we don't have a mammary gland, if it is a little more firm, if we've got a stronger muscle up here, the fat will grow on top of the muscle. Our muscles will also grow in size if we are stronger, right? So maybe they have more, maybe there's a little more muscle content than there is fat content. Regardless, if we have somebody who is a little bit more muscular, we got more of that. Kind of going on there. Right? You will have like that form separation a little bit better by comparison to somebody who doesn't. Right? You'll have that like that curve by comparison to like flattening it out. It's not as vacuum sealed. They will have more form to their chest by comparison to somebody who is not quite as muscular. And again, the fat deposit, it isn't that it isn't there. It's just that it rests directly on top of a well-defined muscle, okay? So it will be a little bit larger, a little bit thicker, right? Somebody who's a little bit less fit, somebody who might have a less defined, a less intense chest, still no mammary glands though, right? Fat also sags, but not as much as somebody with a mammary gland might have, right? So it will almost like it will kind of like sag off of the shape of the gland itself, so it'll almost like droop downwards by comparison to being firm up at the front. But somebody who does have mammary glands, okay, this is the one that like people are always like, it does kind of look like that. Shut up. The last one does have a mammary gland. Right, let's actually move this one to the side down here. Let's do this a little bit differently. If I was to separate these two, let's just merge this. Sorry. You guys are my guinea pigs. I've never taught this before, so I'm figuring out how to lay this out. Ooh. I hate all of you. Okay. My first impression of you, twin. Yeah, twin. It's good to draw this stuff. Everybody's gotta learn it someday. Oh, so you're gonna get to life drawing and then you'll be, like, sniffling and crying outside the door. Alright? But let's say now we've got somebody who does have mammary glands, right? The best way that I have... The more muscular figure, it makes up the volume on the left that separates the ribcage from below the pectoralis. On the more muscular figure, what makes up the volume on the left and separates the ribcage below the pectoralis? Oh, this? So this part is the... It's the beginning opening of the abdomen muscle. So this kind of separation, this is a stylization thing that I like to do. It's like with the abdomen muscles, technically, it's like a row of like 6 of these guys, and then here it's like the separation for the final bit of the abdomen. I really like to, because technically this is like the first opening of the rib cage as well, as it opens back up into here. I like to accentuate this ridge right here as it opens back up into the actual, because the rib cage, you can see it right here. The serratus anterior on the sides of the muscle right here, they serrate into the ribs themselves. And like this is the opening and it comes back around to here. That's what the bone is. I like to accentuate this opening right here. So like if I'm drawing like a more masculine kind of like upper frame, I like to have like the pecs here and then I cut into there. That's like that first, because technically it's like the abdomen goes down to like that, and then it's like you have like your abs kind of like this and goes into that. So I really like this to accentuate this like cut right here between the abdomen and the belly button a little bit, but I also like to, sometimes I'll like to do that as well and like cut into that first rib cage opening, getting into the abdomen muscle. That's a me thing. So that's not even technically scientifically accurate. I just like to do that. I like the way the form looks personally. That's to each their own, because it's like it'll go from rib cage, it'll go from an area of like high content of bone to low content of bone as you get down to your lumbar spine out of your thoracic. And it goes into like your stomach area where it's like mostly abdomen muscle and like fat content, you know? Oh my god, there's 126 people watching right now. That's crazy. How do you draw a character with high muscle and fat content for this chest? That would be closer to this one. So it's like if you have a higher... This one is like a higher muscle content, so the fat is firmer. But realistically, it's, you just make this a little bigger. you just make the chest a little bit bigger, and you're solid. You're gold. How many viewers are there usually? For me specifically, it usually ranges between 70 to 90. That's the number that I'm used to. The triple numbers are not as common with me. The triple digits. Yeah, I'm used to seeing around 70 to 90, usually for me specifically. But yes, let's say that we have somebody who let's talk about somebody who has mammary glands, somebody who is like their chest will sag a little bit more, right? The best form that I have seen people use to teach this one is a water balloon. Imagine you've got a water balloon and you use a thumbtack. So you've got a water balloon, you use a thumbtack, and you pin it to the wall. That's the best way that I've had it sort of envisioned. Like, just to get that, like, not the exact form, but it gives you the weight of it. Not if it's in a spot where the water isn't there, right? It just sags, right? And it's like, that's a good way to envision the weight of them. It's a good way to envision the form of it, right? So let's just draw that on this person. For Canadians, it could be a bag of milk. I like you. But again, our basis will always be the pectoralis major. We're always going to start with this sort of form. So we're going to want to start off with the form of the chest. I want to start there and then have them fall over the form that exists there. Okay? And this cut right here on the side of the chest is where that cut for the original pectoralis exists, right? Because then we get into the deltoid and the additional muscle that's there. Okay? Well, it's very similar to that front. And again, it does fall. So it's like, this is not, we're not going to hold this form all the time. If you have somebody who has a larger chest, if you have somebody who has a bigger basis, we're not going to keep this form all the time, okay? In this kind of chest specifically, we're going to angle this at different places. Okay? We're going to have this, so it's like, let's say that they're lying down a little bit, okay? And obviously there are lots of clothes that hold them in place, there's lots of kind of stuff like that, but if we just got somebody who is lying down, right? They're not going to stay perfectly perky up at the front. I don't care what lies people tell you. It's not true. Okay? It's going to fall. They're going to fall kind of to the sides like this. Because again, think of the water balloon, right? They're going to fall to either side because of the weight and the form that they hold. Okay? So you want to think of that form as it moves to either side of the body. I'm giving you guys a grid just so you can see that a bit better. Right? So it's like that form like splits and falls onto either side if you have somebody who is more horizontally well endowed. All right? So that's sort of the way that you want to think about it. But realistically, if they're not this large, you're going to get closer to this sort of logic, all right? We're going to get a little, the less fat content that we have, the more you're getting close to this sort of logic, all right? So realistically, somebody who's got a smaller chest, you can focus up on this upper section. Somebody with a little larger one, you can focus on the others. Thank you, Mother. My mother has given me coffee and Timbits. Canada moment. We're taking a Timbit. Oh, there's 10. Taking a Timbit break for a second, lads. Timbit moment, Canada moment. I will. Okay. Can you quickly go over when the shoulder is higher versus lower, how the memory glands would sit? Sure. You want Timbits now. It's time to get Timbits, bro. I'm gonna just put this here. You can have that vision. Alright? When we have somebody how the breast actually connects to the pectoral, does it connect to the whole pectoral, a section of it? I've seen depiction of both in anatomical books, and I'm now confused. The reason why you've seen both depicted is because both are true. Memory glands are different sizes, the amount of fat content and the way that it is dispersed on the pectoral will change person to person, right? It's based on like our genes, it's based on like our weight, it's based on all that kind of things. So realistically, it is person to person, and that's the fun part, because then you can make the person, you know, more unique, more different, right? I'll use myself as an example, why not? When you have somebody who has their fat content spreads out throughout the majority, if not all, of the pectoral, you call that individual having wide roots. I'm a person with wide roots. So when you have a person with wider roots, that means that the fat content, uses the entire pectoral muscle, right? Yeah, firmness and softness changes a lot, that kind of thing, right? So I am horizontally endowed. So when you have a wide root, it means it covers that entire pectoralis, right? Some people have thinner roots. It's like they have more of a separation down their sternum, right? So there is more of a separation there, so it's less in the center, more on the outer sides, right? Some people have smaller chests, some people have larger chests, right? So it is sort of up to you to, make each individual different. We as people are different, and that's the fun part. Alright. Damn, I wanted to get past this fast. I really wanted to do the demo. When we have a person with their arm raised, let's say we're doing, I'll show you with the mammary gland and without. If we've got a person with their arm raised up, very similar to how I teach just general muscle structure to begin with. If your arm is raising, all of the muscle raises too, okay? Just because your arm is raising does not mean nothing else is being affected. It means that everything else is being affected, right? So if you've got somebody with just, like, the pectoralis, and not much else, that serration between, it's like your arm is raising, you're gonna have that pec raising up as well. So then that part of the chest will rise and stretch because it is being pulled between your deltoid and your bicep. And the exact same things happen with somebody who has mammary glands. You're just pulling them upwards now, as it serrates between the delt and the bicep, right? It's just the same thing. It's a different form now. Right? So it's like, yeah, you cannot move a muscle without other parts of your muscles also moving, alright? So, do not leave them as individual parts of the body. You gotta move them together. Marvelous. Let's move on to the butt. I really want to do today's demo. I've been sitting on an idea. I want to do it. No, I don't know how to rig. I used to, because I went to school for it, and I learned I hated it. So, no. Alright, you're gonna have to forgive me. The butt is a little bit harder to teach by comparison to the chest. It's a little less. She could, she would. No, I'm not that good at, like, I learned a little bit of rigging, and I was just like, I can't do this. Oh no, what's this muscle called? Hang on. I don't know the lower muscles that well. I don't know the... I don't know the leg muscles as well as I do the arms. Is it the tensors? I guess so, wouldn't it? Yeah, because it's the sartorius and the... okay. Sorry, I'm just like, I'm reading off to the side really quickly. Okay? Don't mind me. So I have to go and fact check myself a little bit. Hey, Paula. Okay. Let me actually pop out the chat really quickly so that I can read as well. I have to fact check my muscle knowledge. I know muscles not as well as I do my bones. I'm like, my bones are like second, not like they're like, I know them like the back of my hand, but my muscles, I'm not as good at the names as I am with bones. The gluteus maximus and the gluteus medius are the two main sources of muscle and fat content for the butt itself, alright? So you have the gluteus maximus right here, gluteus medius. So the gluteus medius is a little bit higher. Gluteus maximus is the actual butt itself. It's also the largest muscle in the body, alright? However, with the butt specifically, thigh muscles, your quadriceps, and their fat content will also alter the shape of the legs, alright? So the, hang on. The bicep femoris, the rectus femoris, the vastus lateralis, right? Those muscles, that's this kind of like content here, sartorius. Those will also, those fat content, that muscle content that is there, that will also alter the shape and the size of your butt, okay? So let's do this again. If we have individual, let's do the muscle thingy. Yeah, bones are my favorite. I love bones. And like, I love drawing muscle structure a ton. I'm bad with the names. So I'm like, I know where they go. I have a general knowledge of where they go, I know what they do, but I'm bad at the actual names of them. I'm much better with the upper body than I am with the lower body, despite me loving drawing the lower body. I just forget their names, bro. So let's draw in our pelvis. I gotta do this from the back though, so I gotta draw in the sacrum and the coccyx. Which this is part of the spine, technically. This goes into the iliac crest, but that's okay. This doesn't need to be super accurate, it just needs to work. So let's say we've got the bones down here. The pelvis is, the pelvic arch and like the pelvis itself is always more complicated to me than the shoulder girdle, personally. I know it is for a lot of people, actually, but I'm just like, for me as well. Alright. So while we've got this going on, let me double check how the glutes connect. Gluteus maximus. I'm just double checking how this connects to the actual bone itself. Okay, yeah, because the maximus goes down the sacrum here, connects down into this, and then the medius is like here. Yeah, because you can feel your sacrum. Your sacrum is always very hard on the back there. It's like that's another spot where fat won't grow. And there's your leg muscles that go down into here, technically. Alright, that's something like this. It's not perfect, but it does the job. So let's say we've got this going on. I hate winging muscles. I need to know where things go. So let's say we've got this, right, as a basis. If we're looking up here as well at just the actual diagram that we've got going on. Yeah, there's a little bit on the other sides here. This is the, it's a, what do you call it? It's the, it's the tract. I can't pronounce it. That thing, it's more of a, it is a muscle, but it's more of a tendon. Let's draw a couple of these bad boys. I should probably make the legs a little bit longer with the muscles. And let's once again, it's a little smaller. right? So let's say that we've got somebody, I'm gonna do this one more time. This one's a little bit easier because this one's butts have less, what do you call it? Butts have less differences between them. Let's say that we've got somebody who's, again, got a fairly average build. They're not really dealing with a lot. Right, let's say we've got somebody more like that, where they don't really have as much fat content. They also don't have as much muscle content. They're just pretty average. Right, what we're going to be doing with this person, it's nothing crazy. We're following just the general shape of the muscle, right? It's very similar to that, to the, what do you call it? Ugh. I don't like drawing thigh gaps. It's very similar to the chest, right? Less fat content. It's almost like you're vacuum sealing to the actual shape of the muscle. If it's smaller, you can even do this magic if you want, and it's like that kind of creates a crease between the gluteus maximus and the quads, right? So you could even do that too if you want to get stylish. But realistically, that's your butt. You're kind of, some people like to do like, oh, it's like a heart. That's also why some people also like saying it's like a peach. If you have somebody, it's true, I did sell my soul to a demon. If you have somebody with more fat content, hang on, this is like, if you have somebody with like more muscle content, let's do more muscle content first. If we have more muscle content, right, you are gonna draw these creases. Realistically, yeah, that's more average. If you have somebody with more muscle content, first of all, you're gonna have, my undos are out of order. First of all, you're gonna have more of a crease right here with your external obliques going into the iliac crest and that like general cut crease there. You're gonna have more going into the thighs. There's gonna be more of a shape. It goes here as the muscle content is larger. And then you're gonna really like cut in. Yeah, because you're really gonna have like the sacrum kind of like cut right here as you go into the butt. It's gonna be not quite as round. And you're really gonna have this like cut between the gluteus maximus and your quads. And then it's like you can mess around with the quads as well, and you can make them like a little bit more shapely and whatnot. It always sucks drawing the butt directly from the front because it's like you're not seeing the forms, you're not getting, right? And then if you have somebody who's a little bit chonkier, if you got somebody who's a little bit more on the fluffier side, you're still going to have that crease, that cut crease between the iliac crest and the external obliques, because they call these love handles. It's the fat that grows on your obliques, on the sides. And the butt's going to sag a little bit more. You're not going to have this cut crease as much here with the glutes. It's going to sag a little bit more here. There's still going to be this, like, this shape right here is the sacrum, because there's like no fat content on the sacrum. This like cut between here, and you're gonna have more of like a droop and fall. And again, the shape of the thighs is gonna be a little bit rounder because there's gonna be more fat content that grows on the external sides of the quads, right? What is a sacrum? The sacrum is one of the lower parts of the spine. So if we take the spine, if we take the actual bones of the spine, this one I know. The spine is split up into 4 to 5 different sections. It's technically 5. Okay, and it goes into this S shape. Up here, your neck, that's called the cervical. On the rib cage, that's called the thoracic. Your lower back, that's your lumbar. And then directly connected to your pelvis, this is the sacrum. And then from the sacrum, you have the coccyx. Alright, so that's like, there's different parts of the spine. It is all a spine, but there are different sections of the spine that control different things in your body. Okay? But yeah, butts. Okay, this is my last note. I really want to do the demo. I only have an hour! That sucks. It's okay. If I don't finish it, I'll do it off stream. I believe there's a couple streams about bones. Evie, you're wasting my time! No, I'm kidding. I'll do that in a sec. Alright. As with all bodies... Yeah, I know, I did. As with all bodies, butts and chests, right, they come in a wide variety of both shapes and sizes, okay? As just with the body in general, okay? I'm giving you a very generalized idea of how to draw each one, okay? But there are always exceptions, there are always differences, there are always different shapes and sizes of people, right? If anything, use a reference. Okay? Use a reference. Use a freaking reference. Okay? I don't want to hear anybody like, I don't want to look it up. That's freaking weird. You're an artist. Things that you're going to be drawing are weird. Okay? You get over it. Get over it. Grow up. Alright? So if anything, if you ever want to draw a different kind of body type, you want to draw a different type of person, use a reference. And try to use photo references. Photo references are way better than drawn ones because drawn ones always have room for error. Okay? So just keep that in mind. If you really want to see a butt from the side, realistically, it's actually kind of similar to a chest, where it's like you're gonna have like a cut for the actual form of the butt as it goes into the form of the legs, right? So you're gonna have like this. This is like the one spot in the body where there's gonna be like a really harsh cut between the actual fat and muscle of the body to the rest of it, right? So it's like you're gonna have this kind of like harsh sort of like edge most of the time. Okay? Okay, let me do the demo. No, they're not quite the same as like a chest because it's like they don't sag quite as much because they're not as heavy. No! Kevin, let me live! Fine! Okay. I can't say no to... You're killing me here, man! Okay, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. If we're drawing a chest underneath the shirt... Killing me, man. Well, if we're drawing a chest under a shirt, if we have somebody who has more of a effeminate memory gland-esque chest, alright? I don't want to see no vacuum sealing, alright? If we decide that we want to do... If we decide that we want something that's even more skin tight, right? You've got two options, realistically. I don't want to see carved out boobs, okay? I'll find you. I won't actually find you, but I'll find you, okay? You got two options, right? Either you have a shirt that drapes like this, okay? Either you got a shirt that drapes like this, where it's like you get the general form of the chest, but it's not going to be vacuum sealed, or if you have something that's more skin tight, you're going to have something like this, where it might pull on the body, right? You can see the form of the body better, but I don't want to see anybody do this magic, okay? I'll find you. I'll hurt you. I'm not gonna hurt you, but you know what I mean, okay? Let me do the demo! For those who didn't see the poll, we did a poll, which I thought it was really funny how scared every single one of you. I found it really funny how so many of you were very scared about the poll options, and you should be. Hang on, I sent the poll options. For those who didn't see, if you have never seen a poll from us before, what we like to do before streams is we post a poll on our members. Or not members, we'd like to post a poll in our YouTube community section where you can vote on, usually for the demo, what it's gonna be, right? I said I wasn't gonna explain. I'm not gonna explain, but the options that I gave you guys: beach, office, bathroom, bedroom, and you guys voted for beach, so we're doing a beach. We're doing a beach scene. Why not? Sure. I'm scared. You should be. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to be. Beach, yes. So the beach won. What you were voting for was the setting. That's all. Did I imagine just to piss Jesse off? I'll find you, Paul. I won't. We do any of these. No, okay, listen. I wanted to do the beach one the most. I would have been fine with any of them, though, realistically. Like, I had, like, a couple ideas for this one, but I'm like, I'm going with my original idea, because it's just funnier. See, this is a complicated pose. I've only done it once, but I want to do it again. What are you gonna try today? You'll see. I'm gonna do clothing folds. Clothing folds are weirdly similar to water in the way where they sort of flow over parts of the body, I find. Abby will kill you. I don't need a reference for my partner's D&D character, okay? Like, I don't draw him daily. It's a complicated pose. Hey man, I haven't gotten to the pose yet. I haven't drawn the second person yet. How do you draw water? A lot of pain. I'll be honest, I'm actually really bad at teaching water. We did a water stream forever ago and I kind of hated it because I don't think I did a good job. I don't have a set formula for water. I kind of just look at reference and pray. Like, that's one of the things I need to learn to teach, that and, like, body types properly. I'm like, I need to set a proper lesson for that because I have never taught it before. And it's like, body types are one of those things that I'm like, I want to teach that correctly. There's a second one. There will be. See, this is like, whenever the thing is more complicated, I will need to use more layers, and I will need to actively, like, be more careful with how I draw the thing. So I'm like, there's 2 layers for this one, for the sketch. I rarely do that, because I'm just like, it takes more time, and it takes more everything. But yeah, using multiple layers for a sketch is, in fact, rare for me. 3 layers for a sketch is crazy, bro. I can't be doing that. Ugh. Dude, how do I start this one? I'm like, it's in my head. I'm like, if I start with the... Okay. I don't delete my layers. Like, if I'm doing, like, 2 layers like this, I eventually do merge them. And it's like, the good thing about using more than 1 layer for a sketch is, like, if you get the positioning wrong, like, especially if you're doing more than 1 character, like, if you get the positioning wrong, then you can, like, change it. Drop the jaw more. Ugh. Your head, what about reference? I can't find a reference for this one, man. Sometimes you have poses where you have no reference for it. And you either make it yourself or you get good. You could also find multiple references. Sometimes that's difficult too, though. I saw that message before it was deleted. I saw that. You're funny. No, I like you. Was that modded? Yeah, Cricket's being carried. I don't know how much of this I'm gonna be able to get done for stream, bro. You're funny! I like you, you're funny! Partner's been my model for my craziest poses. My brother is sometimes my model. Only because he has, like, really nice thin hands. So I'm like, sometimes I'll ask him, like, can you, like... I'm like, hang on. Move your hands, do this. He does that to me too, though. It's like, sometimes he'll come into my room and he's like, hold this. Now pose this way. He'll move my body parts. he's like, okay, now hold it. And he takes a picture of me and he's like, okay, cool, bye. And he leaves. That's what happens when your family's full of artists. I've had to borrow my brother's monopod before to, like, do certain poses as well. See, this is like... Again, I've done this pose before. I'm like, I can't... I'm doing it a little different. See, Cricket this expressive. Yeah, normally they get embarrassed really easily, though. You guys ready to see Cricket's body type? This was an actual reveal that I had in D&D because I was like, I thought it's just funny to me, man. What if Cricket needed glasses? That question has already been asked before in members. And I was like, you know what the answer is? Is that they will never need glasses. Bro, this pose is tough, dude. Hang on. And then it's like not including the fact that they have a tail. Like I have to like, So I gotta like... Sorry, I have to go silent for a second. I'm like, I gotta focus. It's 20. I get you, Wimmy. Yeah. Yeah, I have to lock in for a second, yeah. It's tough, yeah, because it's like, I can't... Amen. Amen. Glory, hallelujah. I must stay focused, brothers. No, no, no. Only I have to. You guys are funny. I like you guys. Yeah, because then it's like when you have two bodies interacting, it's like you gotta think about positioning, you gotta think about posing, you gotta think about the 3D-ness of the form, and then you also have to think about what pose you want to happen. And you're like, can I make this work? And then that's when the it's like, can I make this work? And then you become more powerful when you do make it work. Yeah, sometimes you get poses like this where you're like, I need to lock in for a second. No, see, that doesn't work, though. The way that I initially drew the body needs, that doesn't work. It's okay. I can just have it so the arm is down like this. Yeah, that's fine. That's completely fine. No, Temporado, you're correct. I just haven't gotten there yet. I haven't done the style points yet. You gotta be patient with me, bro. You think that I'm new to this game? You think I'm new? Don't worry. Don't worry, we're getting there. I like you guys. You're funny. One of these Photoshop my art and other things. Only a pocket lint, a button, and fly to my name. Don't. Get CSP. It's better. Sincerely, a Photoshop user. So I have to wait until I got one. Next, and that feels awkward because it's like it's tangenting with. See, I wanted to add the other arm, but I'm like, honestly, it's like it's gonna be better without it. Man, okay, it's okay. Move this over though, because then I can get the tail to work. Affinity photo. I've never even heard of that, big dog. Yeah. No, Paula, you need to understand. I'm like, this was like, I made this a whole reveal in campaign. Like, I made a whole big deal about it because I thought it was so funny. Just like, I just thought it was hilarious. I'm like, I have no clue why. I am like, this is the funniest thing I've ever done. You're crazy, man. No, I love drawing bodies, right? And it's like I love to have a variety of the bodies that I draw and like I create for my characters and whatnot. And it's like it's been a long time since I've had a character with a body type like this, and it is one of my favorites to draw. Easily. I'm like I love a fluffier body type. It's just fun to draw, man. Okay, and this is one of those ones that I will need a second pass for, because I don't want to spend too much time working on the sketch itself. Like the initial one. So I am in fact just going to erase where necessary. And yeah, and then make a second pass, because frankly I don't want to spend too long. Oh, just to keep YouTube happy, I was going to give them like shorts, but just to keep YouTube happy. Let's do that. Yeah, exclamation point Discord. Ugh. The VOD will be available afterwards, and if you join the Discord, then both the demo and the notes will be available in there. I mean, frankly, I can just jump straight into lines with this one. I don't need to... Yeah, I don't need a second... I'm like, I'll do a second... I'll do a second pass of sketch. Why am I doing that? I can jump straight into lines. It's not that hard. The coffee has made me more excited. Drinking ice cap? Oh my god, fire. My mom got me a French vanilla. I'm gonna take a 10-minute break. Negative 100. It's like negative 20, isn't it? Negative 20, negative 17? Negative 16. For me, anyway. I don't know how much colder it is for you, actually. Excited, it just feels weird when the only streams I got to watch is being sick or super tired. Yeah, isn't it great? Isn't it crazy when I'm actually, like, really excited to draw the topic? Oh my god, negative 35? I'm so sorry. $35 Fahrenheit for you. For us, it's negative 16 Celsius. I don't know freedom units. That's what F stands for those who don't know. It's freedom units. Contemplating whether you should ink it or not. I think you should. I love lining. It's my favorite part of the process. Freedom. This is useful. Good. I'm glad. Literally never seen below 7 Celsius? I'm sorry. Love and hate lining. I love lining. Lining is like my favorite part. I've never seen JJK, but I'm rewatching Dragon Ball Daima with my partner. Because he and I watched it in like the initial subs, but now we want to hear it dubbed. Because we both prefer Dragon Ball dubbed. So I'm just rewatching it, and I'm like, I'm getting to appreciate how good the animation is again. I'm like, oh, dude, it's beautiful. The way the way that Daima was animated, actually visual eye candy. It's so nice. Like, they're really good at that, like, secondary animation. It's so good. Dubbed Goku's so good. Anyone who can appreciate a good dub, yeah. Newer, like, as Dragon Ball got, like, newer and newer, it does have one of the better dubs, like, of anime. I will still say, of, like, all anime movies and shows included, nothing beats a Ghibli dub. Ghibli dubs are phenomenal. I love, like, they've always been good. Studio Ghibli has always had really good dubs. Oof, cold. I love, like, people, like, TV and media tried to make, like, talking about the weather, they tried to dog on talking about the weather, that it's, like, boring conversation. Talking about the weather kind of rules, I'll be honest. Like, it always sparks conversation. It's a good starter. Like, you talk about, like, how your life has been in relation to the weather. It's kind of fire. -17. Woof. Yeah. -17 is pretty cold. 31 Southern Hemisphere, so it's summer. Shoot. Sorry, 31 up, not negative? Ugh, that's so hot. Can't deal with that. Nope. Anything above 25, I start melting. To be fair, anything above 20, I start melting. Yeah, exactly. Talking about the weather kind of rules. I'm not gonna lie. It in fact doesn't, like, kind of rule. Dub from Up on Poppy Hill is a little questionable. I haven't watched the dub from Up on Poppy Hill. Isn't normally hands. Is it normal that my hands feel kind of hurt when I draw a fuller view? What do you mean by that? If your hands are hurting, stop drawing. If you're actually physically hurting, you need a break. Thoughts on 19 Celsius? Feels like 25 Celsius? Painful. Hate it. Horrible. I'm true north, strong and free, baby. I cannot stand the heat. This sketch so fast. Yeah, man. I'm really excited. Yeah, breaks, occasional stretching. Oh, like it feels awkward to draw them? Means you gotta do them more. If you're like, oh, I don't like how this feels, I don't like how this looks, and that means you're getting too comfortable with not drawing a full body pose. So you need to start doing it more so you can get better. I think I kind of want his face squishing up against their thigh. I think that's kind of cute. I love drawing pose interactions. They're just a lot of fun. Above 7 degrees Celsius, I'm out real. Based on like a clean sketch that was ready the last stream. This is a fairly messy sketch by my standards. I'm like, this is not that clean. I really wanted to get to the lines. Like, I want to line this one. I want to do it. It's like, alright, that's good enough for his sketch. Let's go. Yeah, I'm like, I need to jump to completing this. I need to do this one. I'm too excited to do this demo. The second I saw what I was streaming this Friday, bro, I immediately got it. Like, this Saturday, I immediately got it excited, bro. I was immediately like, oh my god. Like, you're allowing me to do this? You're funny. That's your first mistake. This is so fun. I must simply do the lines. True. Yeah, sorry. I got a little crazy there for a second. I got a little silly. Honestly, a cleaner sketch will lead to better lines because then you're not working off of like chicken scratch. You can get a better vibe of what you want. I did other line work today for class that I actually really liked. I did a creature design, a critter design that I enjoyed. When your fingers get tired of drawing, get a tablet, get a pen. Don't use your fingers to draw. It's bad for your wrist. This line should be thinner. Ugh. I believe this is the latest version. It should be the latest. I believe I set up Creative Cloud to auto update. I've turned off, if it's not the most recent one, then it might just be 2024. I know I've turned off like several different functions that the program can do because I'm just like, I don't want anything to do with the AI, bro. Fuck, it's freaking lame, bro. Yeah, see, this is their first mistake, is letting me do this stream. I'll be as unprofessional about it as I possibly can be. Because it's funnier. Mm-hmm. Yeah, try to use your full arm if you can. If you got a smaller tablet, sometimes it's not possible, but... It's also why, like, just a single flick of the wrist is better than, like, slowly moving. Tends to feel a little bit better. You get better movement. I'm not saying you can't be good working with just your fingers. I'm saying you shouldn't because it's bad for your wrist health. I'm saying it's bad for your bones and your muscles. You will get carpal tunnel. There are lots of people who only work with their fingers for things and they get carpal tunnel. They're good, but it don't mean that it's good for you. You know? Save your hand. Focus on your physical health. Sign somebody who hasn't been doing a good job at focusing on her physical health. If there's no other option, fingers or trad. Trad. Do traditional. Also, a stylus is not that expensive. Like, if you're not getting, like... You don't need an iPad pencil. You don't need, like a Cintiq or something. You can get those really, like, basic, like, phone screen tablet, like, pens for, like $5. Like, they're not sophisticated or anything, but it'll make sure your hand isn't in an awkward position. Yeah, styluses are so easy to get. Oh! Ah! My fiance's in chat! Everybody point at Scarecrow Sketch! That's my fiance! That's my fiance! That's my fiance! Everybody share, point at Scarecrow Sketch. Point at them. Point. Hello, my love. Oh, is Frey also here? Wait, did I miss Frey? There she is. Hi, Frey! Everybody point at the two of them. Shut up, Heavy. The straw man, the straw man. Yeah. Everybody to Khan's player. And Vesper isn't in this drawing, but Vesper's player. YouTube recording just put off for 30 minutes. I'm chilling here. Okay. Oh, if it's put off by 30 minutes, you can stay till the end of this stream. Yes, Scarecrow Sketch is... So I play Cricket in our D&D campaign. Crow plays Takan. So there you go. So these are our characters in campaign. I'm really normal about them. Atrocity in chat also is one of the lovely players of this campaign. She plays Vesper, who I'm not drawing right now, but we love Vesper in this house as well. Our wonderful Azamar Paladin. Trek my eyes. Scarecrow Sketch did the very fun thing of creating essentially an entire language for this character. So now we all say various... He decided to... Because Takan's thing is that Common is not his first language. Sylvan is. And he decided, you know, why don't we make it more interesting? And he just decided to make Sylvan. So now us in the party, above and on table, we find ourselves saying various Sylvan words. So, points, Trek my Zeist is, points, I'm confused. I know the language fairly well just because I draw Takan a lot, so it's like I find myself having to... He has a doc of, like, how the language goes, so I have, like... I have several of the words memorized. Can't find the point emoji? You can copy-paste from other people. Deciding why not make a language is so base. It's okay, they're at the beach in the water. She can't swim! True! Yeah, Vesper can't swim. That was, in fact, decided in the on-table beach episode that we had. Played 5 sessions each once. Character had a little backstory, no development. Obsessed over her. Don't believe that you're normal about these characters in the slightest. We played, what was it, session 24 recently? I can't translate that first word. My Zeistrafik Mernala. I know I'm not gonna translate the... Oh. Yeah. My Zeistrafik Mernala. That's, I'm confused. Clumsy, you're comfy. Dravik is, Takan's nickname for Cricket. He's given us all nicknames in Sylvan. It was really funny when he first came up with the nickname. It was like, he was like, "Ah, you are Dravik," and Cricket was like, what does that mean?" And he was like, "Dravik, clumsy." And Cricket was like, "Okay, well that's certainly an adjective you've chosen for me." I think I can guess what that is. Yeah. It's so cool. It's cool. It's a fun language. I love writing in it. The doc's 13 pages long for Sylvan words and it's still growing. Yeah. Sometimes I'll be writing stuff and I'm like, "Babe, what's this word?" And he'll add to it. Cursed to be clumsy. No, because they literally are. Their first introduction, like, into the campaign was they were, like... They quite literally were, like, about to walk up to talk to the rest of the party members, and they were instantly shoved to the side and they fell flat on their face on the ground. It was pretty funny. And several times has it been played out that they're just kind of walking and they fall completely flat on their face. Like, it is... They are, in fact, very clumsy. Our Cricket and Takan lovers one day. Not the emoji I was expecting, but okay. Crow and I called him Sheepdog. Because Cricket's design is based off of a sheep, and Takan's whole thing is that he's like a lichen. And he will... Like, he comes from a tribe of lycanthropes. Yeah, Silvar, Shifra, Straka, Dusk, Bano, Barnaby, Rally, Vesper, and Dravik Cricket. Indeed. What does Cricket even trip on? A lot of things. Most of the time, so on stream, I always draw Cricket with their eyes open. Most of the time in campaign, their eyes are like half closed. So they kind of keep their eyes squinted. I'll show you what that art looks like. The wolf and the sheep are besties. The wolf and the sheep are, right now, they're pretty good friends. There'll be more than that later. No. No. I mean, I'll find you. But yeah, so most of the time when they're walking around, like, that's what their horns look like. It's like their eyes are always squinted a little bit. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, if they have 10 eyes, maybe 10 squinted eyes equals 2 normal eyes. So, but yeah. Seth never understands most anatomy videos. Yeah, never try to give up to draw. Yeah, that's it. That's the spirit. There you go. When I draw a pose with a reference, I feel bad about drawing it naked. Am I overreacting? Yeah, you are overreacting. You get used to it. Like, I get it. It's awkward at first. I loved it. When I first went to college, I was there, and they're like, we did life drawing. And for those who don't know what life drawing is, it is when you are in a room with a naked person, and they are posing there, and you gotta draw them, right? At a timed amount in a timed amount. Very common, really fun to do. But it's awkward. If you've never done it before, it feels a little awkward at first. So I remember I had friends who were doing life drawing for the first time, and they were like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. It's like, it's gonna be really weird. And I'm like, no, trust me. It won't be. I'm like, you'll be fine. I'm like, just trust me. I'm like, it'll feel awkward for maybe 3 seconds, and then it won't be anymore. Just trust me, right? We did the session, took about 3 hours, and they come back afterwards. It's like, we're done, we leave. We're starting to leave the room. And I go up to that friend again, and I'm like, so? And he, like, paused for a second. He goes, I I realized I'm really bad at drawing arms. And I'm like, there you go. That's all you focused on. Is you focused on the fact that you actually, you don't know how to draw. And it's really hard to do full poses in a small timed amount of time, right? So, same thing. Yeah, it's super normal. 10 squinted eyes equals 2 normal eyes is so goofy, thank you. Yeah, someone who is a figure drawing model drawing people naked is nothing. Yeah, it's no problem. I mean, 30 seconds draw. I love 30-second poses. It's some of my favorites. They really force you to really lock in, shut your brain off. It's fun. Come on, there you go. So funny. Our friend Pulse will randomly scream. Yeah. Some of our friends will actively say, like, curse words in Sylvan. It's really funny. Like, well, like, instead of the actual curse word, it's like we'll say the Sylvan equivalent. It's funny. 1 minute till the time. Would Cricket pass an eye exam? Yeah, for sure. Cricket is one of the party members with dark vision, so they actually have better vision than a lot of the party. Which I guess makes sense. Again, 10 eyes. Love the way you draw expressions. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny. Who are those two? This is my partner and I's D&D characters. Mine is the one being carried. So this is Cricket, and this is Takan. Yeah. Chill Chug. Oh, I love Delicious in Dungeon. I am excited for Season 2. I'm excited. They were roommates. Are there differences between... No, it's just the size you want to make them, realistically. It's gonna be Season 2. Yeah, it's in production right now. Never play D&D because no friends want to. It's time to get new friends. I'm kidding. But everybody should play D&D though. It's really fun. It's a good time. Everybody should play D&D. Does Cricket blink? Yeah. She played D&D 10 minutes ago. I played a couple days ago. I play like 2 to 3 times a week. Tri-bit is so complicated. You get used to it. It's complicated at first, but it doesn't stay complicated. Oh my god, I have 20 minutes left? What the heck? What the freak, bro? It's okay. I only plan to do lines for this one anyway. Yes, VODs are always up. Play D&D, it's fun. If you hate reality and want to escape to a world where you play a buff suit-fit animal man, then do it. True! You want to escape to a reality where you play as an anxious demon spawn, then do it. Come on, there you go. I love my fantasy buff stupid animal man party member. Yeah. Also still shill D&D. Yeah, with shill collaborative storytelling any day of the year. Dude, I love our party is also, we're so RP heavy. Like our party, like our group, we're so RP heavy. It's always like, oh, it's like, what are you guys doing? And then one of us will start conversation as our characters. It's really fun. I play online D&D, so like my friends and I we're all like fairly long distance, so like we play over Discord. But we've played in person a couple times. It's really fun. Yeah, RP's the best, dude. I love making voices. I love like just embodying the character. It's a good time. Yeah. Oh, you should try in person. It's fun. It's very different. I scared my fiance a couple times because I screamed at him as Cricket once or twice. Yes, it's so fun. Takana is so combat focused, but it's fun when he finds a way to resolve things outside of fighting. D&D really gets brain going. Yeah, last combat, we did combat for a while, but at the very end, he did resolve the issue via, like, talking it out. It was pretty cool. How tall is Cricket? Cricket is 5 foot flat. They are the second shortest party member. Cricket is the second shortest party member only because we have a halfling. Shifa is 3'11". But Cricket is just 5 feet tall, so they are the second shortest, and then Takana is the tallest at 6'3". But he is very short for a Goliath, which is the species he is. Taller than Cricket by an inch, yeah. Corn is taller than Cricket. Check that out. Stone Top does a lot of talking out what you're going to do, opposed to making rolls to do the action. That's how, what's it called? That's how Candela Sierra works as well. Yeah, tall halfling and a short Goliath. Yeah, it is very funny. Takana will always be like, no, I'm Nook, I'm small. Nook, I am short. That's always his thing. Both paste eaters. Yeah, they are both paste eaters. It is really funny. When we played in Korn's campaign, myself and one of our other party members, Pulse, he and I were the paste eaters. We were both the kids of the party. And then my fiance, Crow, and the person who plays the halfling, Cryo, they both were like the party, like handlers. They were the wranglers at first. And now it's the opposite. So those two are the paste eaters, and now it's like myself and the previous paste eater were the wranglers now. So it's really funny. Now we like all swapped roles with one another. Corn on the cob, yeah. Corn is my dragonborn. Corn is my young dragonborn barbarian. Very first ever D&D character, and he made it to 106 sessions. Pretty fire. Genuinely smaller and taller people are really fun. Yeah, 1000%. I love, like, yeah, I like playing either really tall people or really short people. I just think it's funny. Thank you. Because everybody needs to take turns being the kindergarten teacher. Your second full campaign character is about to hit 100 sessions. True, Neptune is also at 100 as well. We just played 97, I believe? Babe? Always miss Corn. I miss Corn, bro. I miss playing Corn so bad. Corn is so fun to play, dude. It's fun to play a paste eater. All my characters right now are smart, so it's like, I'm like, oh, I have to think about what I'm gonna say. No, Corn didn't die. No, it's just I haven't... that campaign finished. So it's he lived all the way to the end. It's just that campaign is done now. The story's done. So I haven't played him in a long time. Corn made it all the way from beginning to end. So the DM that ran Corn's campaign now runs Cricket's campaign. Yeah. I have not... Yes, I have. I have had a character die. I was gonna say, I'm like, nope! And I'm like, oh, no, yes, I have. I'll tell you about that later. I can't mention it. Neptune does in fact have the angriest pincursion to ever exist. Neptune is my Pokemon D&D character. She's my 14-year-old ball of repressed anger. Where can I find one of these campaigns, if at all? The one with Cricket and Takon is a home game. Most of mine are home games. The only one that isn't is with Lonnie. Character's soul is stolen. Does that count? Nope, because Cricket's has two. Actually, I don't. Their soul hasn't been taken. They just made a deal with the devil. Ironic. Jesse lore deepens. Yeah, my lore about my own characters. Yeah, Neptune is my only ball of repressed anger. Lonnie is just pure anger. Corn is just sad all the time. Corn was repressed sadness. Repressed sadness and guilt. That's what Corn was. Okay, love you too. Have a good recording. Everybody say goodbye to my fiance. Everyone say bye to Scarecrow Sketch. Was the title real? You tell me, man. I hopped on this stream today as soon as I finally got about it. He said, "You watching more Jesse?" Let's go! Tell your partner I say hi. That's right. Lesbians, no. We got a man and a non-binary person. Thank you. Bye, Scroll! That's funny, you're funny. Oh yeah, I played Amori almost upon release. I played it in 3 days. It was good. Very good. Cricket is non-binary? Yes, Cricket is non-binary. They are... I love Cricket because... I mean, several reasons, but I love Cricket because specifically the flavor of non-binary that Cricket is just whatever you see Cricket as, you're correct. So it's like they... Cricket gives a character... Thanks, Abby. Cricket's flavor of non-binary is that it is whatever you think they are is correct. So I'm like, I love never correcting anybody because I love seeing how people perceive Cricket differently. Gonzalo, one of the other streamers, he sees Cricket as more masculine. So he calls Cricket my boy. I've got several students who also see Cricket as more masculine. My partner sees Cricket as more feminine. And it's like Cricket specifically is so detached from gender that they don't even care. The fun thing about Cricket as well is I also designed them. If I had... I do have a reference of them, but it's like I can't pull it up for YouTube because like they are technically in the nude. So I'm like, I can't show that on stream. But like if you look at Cricket's ref, Crick has 0 sexual organs. None. It's like they don't have any like sex-defining features. They don't even have nipples. Like, they don't have anything. And it's just because they are a demon spawn. So it's like, not only are they non-binary in, like, the chosen sense, they're non-binary in a biological sense as well. So it is literally... Yeah, exactly! But, so it is literally, like, I've made the asexual Drake joke about them before. But it is... So whatever you see Cricket as, you're right. That's my favorite thing about Cricket. Like the opposite of an angel. Yeah! pretty much. So yeah, it's always fun to me. I'm like, I love seeing how people perceive, because I'm like, some people just see cricket directly in the center. Some people see cricket as more femme. Some people see them as more masc. It's interesting. It's really fun to me. Asexual J. Yeah. But yeah, whatever pronouns. I tend to default to they, them, but it literally doesn't matter. Like, whatever you use. Every once in a while, when I will say, like, when I first designed cricket, they had a more, like, masculine base. So every once in a while, and I always saw them as a little more masc, so it's like, I, like, would, like, especially, like, earlier campaign, like, I would flip-flop between they and he. But it literally doesn't matter. So whatever you're feeling, that is cricket. Platonic vibes. Yeah, these two, they've got pure platonic vibes / J. You know what I mean? Their gender is cricket. There you go. Amen. Yeah, I like treating gender and identity very casually with my characters. My thought process is always like, if you treat things as normal, then it helps to normalize it. I'm just like it was like when I wrote Corn, like, Corn is trans, right? It was like Corn was female to male. But it was just so, it wasn't that important to their identity in game. Like, it was absolutely important, but it wasn't like a huge, like, oh, it's a social activism thing that I'm picking for them. No, it's just a fact. That's all it is. So I'm like, that's how I feel about cricket as well. It's like, I don't really, it's like, I don't bring up the fact that it's like they're non-binary, use all pronouns, because it doesn't matter. It just is what it is, you know? He's literally just an alien. Yeah, man. Cricket is the child of a human and an archfiend, for those D&D players know what that is. So, like, their archfiend mother, Sunny, their mom, is, like, in the same kind of boat as Cricket, but the way that I play with their gender is, it's like, Sunny likes the title of mother and wife more as, like, a title than a gender-identifying term. So it's like, they are called the mother, they are Cricket's mom, but they will also use whatever pronouns they want. Right? Cricket will always refer to Sunny as they, them. Cricket always, like, they'll also, it's like, sometimes it's like when referring to their mom, they'll use it as well. It's like, that's also another thing that they'll use. But again, realistically, it doesn't matter. It doesn't freaking matter. Horn with the eyes is cool. Thank you! Yeah, it's a fun design. Con's lower body isn't correct here. It's not quite the form that I want. I gotta use a fixed layer! Damn it! I don't like using fixed layers. It's like, I'll just have this be a little bit lower down here. You can get a better idea of the torso cut off. I'm gonna make this bigger down here. No, Cricket is 20. So Cricket's age is that's a lot more important to me. Cricket's age is 20. They are 20 years old. No, they have a very defined age. Exclamation point device Jesse if you want to see if you care about what program I'm using. For a second, I thought their age was Cricket. No, they have an age. They have a very defined age. It's funny, this like overall party is very young by comparison to our other one. Everybody in this party is either in their 20s or lower, which is like, that's very rare for a party to be that young. I won't be able to finish this line work within the allotted amount of time. I might have to stay for a couple extra minutes. You're all literally so welcome. No, Cricket's not scared of water. They're just being carried into it right now. Cricket swims like an iguana. Oh no, how terrible. Oh, you're funny. I like you. My first ever D&D character is my halfling-sized Earth Ganassi Druid Twig. Twig! Fun! Halfling-sized Earth Ganassi is funny. I had a Water Ganassi who was also halfling-sized. Their name was Rylon. Rylon Quitex. They were my one-shot... They were a one-shot character of mine, and they had, like, a... What was it? They were, like, based on, like graffiti artists. It was, like, that was their whole, like, shtick. So, Rylon comes from Kryolon, like the paint brand. Then Quitex comes from Liquitex. Body tea? How does an iguana swim? You should look it up. If you're on YouTube, you can Google it. Yeah, streamer woman, where are we? What do you mean I have to do work? Galapagos iguanas, yeah. I'm 4 years old! You are the youngest person ever. Imagine Cricket swimming like an iguana is funny. Yeah. They're my second character that swims like an iguana, which is really funny because the first one made more sense. Corn swimming like an iguana makes a lot more sense. But Cricket with a tail like that, like, how are you not gonna swim like an iguana? That's that's kind of like, that's like my thought process. I'm 4 years old! You are the youngest person ever. Yeah, I'm just gonna do the rest of the detail lines. Shouldn't take me too long. Yeah, I was planning on only like doing like, I mean, I was kind of planning on doing like just basic flats, but I'm like, I don't want to spend too long here. So I'm just gonna do the rest of what I gotta do and then we'll call it. You're all literally so welcome. I'm staying overtime. These two are so fun to draw. Love drawing these guys. Yeah, we got a Discord, exclamation point Discord. An awesome stream. I'm glad you enjoyed. I had fun. I'm having fun. Drawing is fire, thank you. Yeah, this is a great time for me. I don't know about y'all. If the horns grow, the oldest eyes on top would eventually lose some blood flow and hollow out the bottom eyes and get enough to stay healthy. That's a really cool concept. However, Cricket has had the same amount of eyes since they were born. Their horns have just grown a little bit bigger, is all. But it's like they've kept the same, like 10 eyes since they were a little kid. It's horrifying, but I love it. Here, I'll show you. I have baby cricket art. Hang on. Wait. Actually, hang on. Is anybody who is in my party in chat right now? If so, leave the stream for a second. Comment when you are leaving. Put it in the chat when you're leaving, because I saw Frey in here earlier, and I know Crow dipped. Because these are spoilers. I'm sorry, Frey. Just for a second. Oh, shoot, I forgot to unpause the recording. Oh, my fault. That's okay. Well, we're gonna have to use the VOD for this one. Sorry, geez. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'll tell you, Frey, when to come back. Yeah, oops. Oh, well. My fault. I'm here. I'm gonna show you baby cricket. There's a couple of little ones here. Cricket. Whoa! Sorry. Cricket with their mother. Yeah, they're wholesome little ones. There they are. Yeah, so Cricket has always had the same amount of eyes. This is Cricket at like age 6, maybe. And this one is Cricket at maybe age 9-ish. And this one is, yeah, because I wrote this down. Yeah, Cricket at 10. And they're learning how to use magic. So cute! I love drawing Sunny. They're so fun. Been blessed with baby cricket. Yeah! But yeah. This is baby cricket. Their mother is an archfiend, so they've got a bunch of different forms that kind of go around. And then this is cricket, but even younger. Ugh, so cute. My baby! You're the youngest person ever. And this is cricket at like 1 or 2. Ugh. They're so cute! A child! Yay! This is them with their... Yeah, their eyes are a little bit closer together because it's like their horns are a little bit smaller. I love this. That's right, frog. With it. It's so cute! I love drawing baby cricket. They're so cute. He's such a little guy. It's so silly. So silly. And then and then back to drawing cricket as an adult. Frey, you can come back. If you're still here, Frey, you can come back. Yeah, my baby. My DM loves getting those, like, baby cricket doodles. He is such a little guy. They're still such a little guy. They're like, that growth spurt is coming one day. It will never come one day. They're always there. They're stuck at 5 foot nothing. Oops. And cons, tattoos. I assume the horns would be soft, similar to how horse and other hoofed animals have soft hooves when being born. Cricket, so Cricket is designed specifically to always be soft. Like, I always want them to be, like, soft to the touch. Also, like, that's also what played a part into making them, like, mid-size, like, making them a little bit chunkier. But also, even as an adult, if you were to touch their horns, they're, like, they feel the same as, like elk horns or reindeer horns. Like, they have, like, velvet. They're like a velvet to the touch. So they've always been, they're always soft. It's like they're firm, but they're, like, a little fuzzy. Petting Cricket's hair be rude? As long as you ask them, they don't mind. Cricket likes physical touch. There was a girl who actually did, in campaign, who did ask if they could, like, feel Cricket's hair. But yeah, like, Cricket's body type, for those who don't know, like, I'll just off to the side here. Like, I'm tired of people always having skinny tieflings, so I'm like... I was like, I wanted a closer to plus size tiefling for myself. I can do this really fast. I draw Cricket daily. Yeah, this is like a Cricket's body type, so they've got a like, they're a little chubby. They're chubbier. They're a chubbier tiefling. So speedy. Yeah, you can kind of tell that I draw Cricket all the damn time. Yeah, they're a little chubbier. More like minutely. Okay. Calm down now. That was so fast. Yeah. Yeah, I believe in having a bunch of body types. I don't like... I'm like, I love, like, body variety, and I'm like, I get bored when two characters of mine are the exact same. So I'm like, I gotta do something different each time. Corin was really, really muscular. Lonnie's very thin. Like, Lonnie's more like hourglass figure. Neptune is more thin, younger. Right, so I'm like, I can't keep the same body type more than once. I'm like, I gotta switch it up. There's a guy carrying Cricket again. This is Takan. This is my partner's character. He's a very silly, stupid man. Oh, is Kavan here? Hey, man. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm here overtime because I want to finish drawing my sillies. I'm seeing if there's any smaller spots. Oh. Gotta add the little expression. Little expression lines. Can't go without those. Let me actually replace this. Okay. It's like, nah, I'm just doing style points now. Like, I want some extra variation in the line work here and there. Can't stand line work without a little bit of texture. Just doesn't feel fun. Not only misery. Ah, you're funny. This cricket's so shocked. I don't know, man. Look where that hand is. All right, friends. That is the end of stream. Finish the demo. Thank you all so much for joining. I appreciate you all popping in for this stream. If you don't know too much about us, don't know too much about the studio that we're at, hey, wingcanvas.com. Check out the classes that we offer. We are in the middle of our winter term right now, but we have, I believe my digital art class still has some spots open. My Wednesday class is completely filled up, though. But we've got lots of other very lovely instructors here that you can check out the classes for, so be sure to check those out and what we offer, wingcanvas.com. This file that you see in front of you, including the notes, will be available as JPEGs on the Discord. Check those out. Go and say hi. Talk to some of the other art nerds. Talk to some of the other people who peruse the Discord. Get some feedback, have some fun, talk to people. But if you want working files or to talk to me some more, you're gonna have to join either our Patreon or become a YouTube member or become a school member. One of those ones where you get access to the members exclusive chats, and you can also have access to working files and class recordings and all that fun jazz. So be sure to check those out as well. I pretty much only hang out in members chat, so if you want to talk to me, that's how it goes. This Friday, Valentine's Day, or Saturday, Valentine's Day, you guys are going to be with Faye and Josh. You're going to be doing, you guys are going to be part of the 12th anniversary stream. So that's with Faye and Josh next week, Saturday. There is no stream, though, on this coming Monday, so, because it is a Family Day long weekend. So we are taking a break for this coming Monday, but you will have a stream on the Friday, so be sure to join them for that when that comes around. All right, friends. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I will see you all when I see you all again. Au revoir. Bye-bye.